Fairmint is the only platform that allows you to invest in private companies and sell whenever you want. So Fairmint and a lot of startups like Fairmint, they come from a deep engineering background, that they're really technically savvy. They're making really beautiful projects on the inside, and what they and a lot of startups like them really haven't had the luxury of considering before was this design aspect of how they articulate their business to others. And what they're realizing when we were speaking to them at the very end of this project was that this is in some ways just as important as the technical bits.
So IDEO makes you think about design first and at every single step of your product development. It's not like first you start coding something and then at one point you wake up, you're like, hey, what about design? No, it's like every time you keep brainstorming about like what can be the hero moment, what can be the magical moment that you want to embed and that you want your user to get hooked on. And yeah, so it just helps you transform like features into a full-fledged user journey.
At the beginning of the project, so when we spoke with the founders, they were essentially telling us like who their target users are, and our goal was to dive into those user profiles. So we made personas. We went and engaged in conversations with people who really reflect those personas, and we really wanted to engage the assumptions that the founders might have had of those users, and then bring those assumptions up really close against those people's real life lived experiences, and see where those came together and where those matched and where those came apart. On one side, we had angel investors and venture capitalists, so really high-end investors, people who would be investing maybe around $10,000 on average into a new burgeoning venture. And then we're also looking at brand ambassadors, so people who just have normal day jobs. They might work as a designer at a tech company, but they also have extra disposable income that they want to invest in the companies that they really believe in. And we found across the board that both of these profiles, they saw investment in a really similar and striking way, which is they saw it more as a donation with benefits, as opposed to it being an investment that could make 10x returns or 100x returns. They saw this as a way of really expressing and articulating their love for this project or this project area. So at the end of the project, we handed them this brand book that essentially has all of the assets that we made over the course of the project. Landing page, scripts, all those sorts of things. Their next step was basically figuring out how to incorporate this into their business now. And I think that was something that they're really energized and excited and ready to do.
What is sure is that the first version we're going to ship is going to be much more magical than what it would have been without IDEO CoLab.